2-minute timer so we can give people time to join. Oh. Now, unfortunately, I can't use our regular microphones. I'm not using my normal phone that I usually use. Hopefully this camera is not shifted weird. We'll see how it looks in a minute once video starts. Okay, cool. Just getting some last things set up for the video. So if you're here, go and sound off. Let us know who's here. So I'm using an iPad to record for the video, so it's kind of really shaky. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us. Hey, does this sound okay, Mike? Does it sound pretty bad? Hey, Jamie Sanders, thanks for joining us. 7 seconds. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing going. All right, so hopefully you guys all saw my cool video that I made earlier about what Tri-Klops Sees. It took forever to make this video, and there was a lot to it. So let me go ahead and start off with kind of the premise. So I made an animated GIF a long time ago on my He-Man site, He-Man.us, and it was about what Triclops sees. I should pull it up so I can find it. Let's see here. So my old website was He-Man.us, He-Man.us. Go. And then, oh, I hit the reload again. No. Okay. So now that I'm there, the advanced Google search up here, and let's type in Triclops. Let's see. There it is. Burp. So this is my original animated GIF that I made a long time ago, and it was the inside of Triclops helmet view, and it was just an animated GIF that kept repeating itself over and over, and you can kind of see how it looks, how it shows kind of how he's standing and what he sees. And it was kind of a fun little animated GIF that I made a long time ago, but it wasn't quite detailed enough for today's world. So I decided, because somebody asked the question, what does Triclops see inside his helmet? I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and tackle that. Yeah, the usuals aren't on. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of weird that there's not more people on here. I'm pretty sure I hit public when I set this up. So hopefully they'll join. Anyway, and feel free to share this around to get people to join. It's kind of weird that we don't have the usual people talking. But anyway, so I decided to take the animated GIF to the next level, and that was the video I just made that was aired at 6. It's still available on my channel if you haven't seen it yet, so you can go check that out. But I decided the first thing I needed to do was figure out a way to make it so he could see really cool, and I always thought that he should have some sort of heat vision. So I went online and I found this cool little camera piece that hooks onto your iPhone and basically does heat vision. And I thought, okay, that is really cool. So I got this little device here. Let me show you how cool this is. And I got it just to make this video. That was the main purpose for doing this, was just to make this video. So I know it sounds kind of weird to buy a whole entire thing for heat vision just to make the what is Tri-Klops Sees video. There we go. And there is the heat camera, but it's kind of boring looking because everyone looks the same because they're just a bunch of plastic. So I had to use my heat gun, and I heated up He-Man extra hot, and then I heated up Skeletor a little bit right in the chest area like he has some kind of life form there, and then I heated up Faker just a little bit because he doesn't have as much. So that was kind of the idea, was to use that. You can see my hand. Let's see. Ooh, there it is. So you can see kind of now once you get something hotter in there, it recalibrates the zone for which it scans it in for. And so I got this just for the video. And then I thought, okay, now I got to figure out some way to make this so I can have all of the cameras working. And so what I did was I created this rig. Let me show this to you. I just went through a bunch of different iterations. So here is my camera rig. And at first I was going to just get this piece right here. And then I drilled holes in it, as you can see. And I was planning on using those holes, and I tied a bunch of strings around it and hooked the phones to them. But I realized when I hooked the phones to it that they were not centered for the cameras. So I took this pizza plate and I used a bunch of poster putty. So you guys know I use poster putty for a lot of stuff. And then I just pretty much took the poster putty and pushed it down to hold all the pieces in place. And then when I was filming, I had him in the middle so I could keep track of where his eyes were seeing. And then, thanks, Mike. So then I loaded my phones in here. Let me go ahead and put this on camera and video. My camera's not working. Probably because I have YouTube running in the background. Okay, camera. So I had to try for you guys' comments and video. So here's my first phone that I have going. And I would load it in here just like this. And I'd make sure that this eyepiece was in the middle of my hexagon. There we go. Then I load my next phone, which was the heat phone. So I load that up in there. And this time I got to make sure the heat piece is in the center. Burp. There we go. And then I load my last phone, which is this little blue one here. Just the one I played the little video clips on that you just watched. Video. And I did get a little app to make it look like I'm using a night vision, but that app just really stunk. So I decided to not go with that. And then again, I line up the camera into the middle of the zone. And then I make sure on top that they're all parallel to their three surfaces, this surface, and this surface, so that I know that when it spins around, it will be all the same just right. So there is my camera rig that I had. And then when I spin it around, you can see all the different cameras recording all in the right location of what Triclops would see. So that is how I made the video of it spinning around. So, and then I just keep track of which camera is supposed to be which eye as I was making it. So kind of crazy. And it took a long time to get this just right so that it would work in that environment. And what's cool too is the cameras are different heights. So you can see that I had to make blocks that I 3D printed. I printed off the difference and then figured out how high I had to make the blocks in order for the cameras to be the same height, so that when they spin around, they'd actually be the same height too. So I had to add the blocks in there that I 3D printed. and that forced the cameras to be the right height. So this is the infrared one, or thermal vision one. This is the night vision one, and this was the X-ray one. So there we go. There are my 3 eyes. And I know it's funny because the cameras aren't in a triangle formation at all, but that's because that's just the way they all had to sit in order to get the cameras centered in the spots. All right, I got to grab this phone out here because this is the one where the comments are on, so I can see what you guys are saying. I'm gonna go back to my comments. All right, UB2B on Ruby. Hold on a second. Wow, Horde Troopers, very cool. So that was, and I really wanted to show you guys this cool rig that I made because it took so long to make it. And then for the X-ray, I decided to do something a little bit different. And so I took those skeletons I had that were red, I painted them white, and then put a glow paint over the top of them. So check this out. Lights off. Oh. All right, so let's see how these things glow. There's my glow-in-the-dark skeletons. So that was kind of cool, which is for the X-ray vision mode. So that was kind of the idea, was to have it so they would really stick out in the dark. And then for, let's see. And then, let me get my lights back on again. Lights on. And then for Faker, I used a Terminator body for his X-ray vision. So there you go. That is how I made the video. And I just kind of wanted to show off to you guys how I made that, because like I said before, it took like 2 months to make the whole thing, to get it just right. Making the rig, buying the camera, painting the guys, setting it all up. And this was like the 3rd or 4th rig that I made to try to make it work just right, because I tried all kinds of things and nothing else seemed to work right until I finally got this thing working. All right. So cool thing is I did get another Ram Man, so I can replace the one I sold to a regular one. So that's kind of cool. It's like you guys are stuck on Horde Troopers. Oh, where'd I get them? I got them on Big Bad Toy Store. They were the guys from oh, what was that video game? Golden Axe? I think it was the name of the video game. So what's funny is I've always thought 7 is the perfect number to get when you want to have an infinite number, because 7 is a prime number, so it's hard to count in one quick glance. And so whenever I wanted to get something that I wanted a whole bunch of, I would get 7. And so Horde Troopers, 7's a good number. If you want to go up from there, 13's the next stopping point that I go to, because 13 is also a prime number, makes it hard to count. If you get 12, someone could look at it at a glance and see, you know, 3 sets of 4, 4 sets of 3, or something else, and so they can do a quick count. But when you have an odd number that's prime, it's really hard for someone to mentally count how many are there. So whenever I want to get an infinite number of troopers or infinite number of whatever it is, 7 or 13 is what I usually go for. So hey, somebody else said 7 and 13. Yep, Rio Blast would be cool to get. Yeah, if you get 10 though, then it's really easy to tell how many you have sitting there. As you can see, 2 sets of 5, or 10's really easy for people to count. They can count 10s all the time. So it's funny. I actually, when I'd get like my Horde Troopers last time with classics, I remember going through and finding the ones that were the best and selling the rest so I could have my 13. And then I started making customs, so I have 13 plus my customs, but I have 13 that are unique, that are just or not unique, that are all the same, and then I have other ones after that that are my customs. That, you know what? Let me grab those really quick. Horde Troopers. That's not good. There we go. Bonk. And of course we got these guys too. All the robots. So at a quick glance, can you guys tell how many I have there? Oh, that's funny, Richard. Yep. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hard to count because there's 13 of them. And when I kept my 13, I made sure the stickers were the best for showing off the extra lenticular lens. So I went through a bunch of them and made sure they weren't all identical, but yet would show it well. Now it's funny, I still have 2 packs of these that aren't even opened yet, but I wanted to have 13 available for when they're battling. Hold on a second. So my hover bots, I still actually have 2 packs that are unopened. Whew. Which trying to get 13 is hard because each pack came with 6. So, or not 6, came with 3. So to get 13, you need to get 5 packs. And then dump 2 of them. See, and here were the packs they came with, which are so cool for the hover robots. But it's funny, the lenticular lenses, for some reason, some of them were really good and some of them were just off, where it just would not line up right to make it look the best. So I remember, like I said, going through, and I probably sold almost as many as I kept. Fun. Hopefully they make these robots again. It was funny, I remember a friend of mine one time actually made customs of these before they came out. And the customs were really cool. And I think I ended up having 7 of those originally. But they were much bigger than these were. But all right, let's take a look at the Evo Horde. These guys are falling over everywhere. I wonder why He-Man took them down so easy. Can't get them to stand in their box. Stand, man, stand. They keep getting caught in each other's arms, and then I can't get them back in there. I'll probably have to take them all out and reassess them all in there. All right, so look at all these Horde Trooper extra pieces. So here's my mess of troopers. You can see them all in there. And so then I have like my custom ones too, like one of the leader ones. It's kind of cool. And then I have my ones that have the different helmets that came. This guy here actually has the fins on the bottom of his feet. And this guy here, I painted his hands purple so that he would match his face. And then I have my He-Man one, or He-Man disguise. And I used some heat shrink tubing to cover up all the electronics in the belly. I did make one once where I actually used a black figures, like I think it was Ninjor, so that he'd have black abs showing. And let's get all the customs out of there and do a count. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I must have 2 sitting out somewhere else. You know what? I think the extra 2 that I had were He-Man and this one to make my 13. I think that's what happened to them. But I still have a whole bunch of unopened troopers that I haven't even opened yet. They're in the closet. They had a sale one time on Matty Collector, and I just went crazy and bought a ton of them. Which is kind of funny. I keep selling them 1 or 2 at a time once in a while. But I suppose I should make sure I have my 13 before I sell any more. But yeah, I'm not going to buy 7 or 13 for Origins. I'm just going to buy 1 just as a sample. Ugh. Too many Horde troopers. It's funny, I used to have 7 of the originals too from the 80s. All right, so let me take a look at your guys' comments. Haven't looked at them for a while. Do I still have my custom fright zone? Yep, I do. It's up on the shelf right now. In fact, I use it for the mountain pieces all the time. It's in the background of the video I just made. That is what Tri-Klops Sees, are some chunks from that. All right, the purple face looks like Flog. Yeah, he kind of does. I don't know if he's from the same. And of course, we also have the 2 snake troopers too that we got. Yep. You know what's kind of weird is I just noticed this today while I was cleaning. I bought this merman used from somebody on eBay. And when I bought him, he was missing his sword. And I thought, it's okay. I'm going to turn him into some custom anyway. And then I saw someone on He-Man.org selling his sword. So I bought the sword on He-Man.org. When I bought the sword, I noticed there were some paint spots missing on the sword. And what's funny is I bought this one from a totally different person, and he has the same paint blotches on his hand that matches the paint spots that are missing on this one. It's like, here's the little spot right here on his thumb, and then here's the spot on the inside of his hand here, and here's a spot on the bottom. So the thumb one is right there, and then the hand one's right there on the other side, and they just all line up to the same spots. So it makes you wonder, did they all get stuck in the exact same spot in the packages? Because these are from 2 different people, 2 different states, not even related. And the sword has the same spots marked off on the figure. I thought it was kind of funny. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Snake Troopers, Slamurai, or Storbo Strobo in Origins. Probably not. That's just my guess. They're just too obscure. Even as it is, looks like they're having a problem selling Sunman, because I noticed he's already gone on sale. He hasn't even hit stores yet, and people are already doing the pre-orders on sale. And so I don't even think Sunman hit as big as they were hoping. So kind of a bummer there, because I was really hoping Sunman would take off well enough that they'd want to make all the other characters from that line. But with the way that one went, I'm guessing now they're probably not going to keep making the characters. Maybe they might at least make the pig guy, but I don't know about all the other characters. And that'd be cool if we got all the characters from Sunman. These just will not stand. I just have to leave those alone till later. So let me know if you guys ended up getting Sunman. I'm gonna find the back of my box art for Sunman. So Yell Easton, such a cool story. She made Sunman for her son because he wanted to be a superhero like He-Man, but there was no black characters available at the time. So she created it for her son so he could enjoy being a superhero and having somebody that actually looks like him. So here's all the different figures in the line. Now, what's funny is the Sunman I had, he actually had this guy's head right here. So it's kind of weird. It had Sunman's body, but this head. And I guess they released Sunman with multiple heads. But it looks like the one they released for the Origins is actually this one right here. But it'd be kind of cool to get the whole set. Like I said, I'm sure we'll see Pighead, because, you know, Pighead's the main bad guy. But some of that ones would be kind of cool to get too. Anyway, yeah, I don't think he's in the stores yet. I think you still have to pre-order him. I don't know, there's some other cool ones too. I always kind of wanted to get Boltman. Boltman would be cool to get. And also Digitino would be kind of cool to get. But I don't know. Those are really the four that I really want. Sunman, Digitino, Boltman, and Pighead. The others look just a little too generic for me. Yeah, oh yeah. Make my own Hebrew. That was the thing. Oh, really? They've already shown off Space Sumo and Digitino? Wow, I didn't realize that. I've seen some customs I thought I saw on maybe they were actually prototypes. That's cool. Well, thanks for letting me know, man. Yeah, I remember that Origins, that 2-pack. Like, look at this. This is how messed up this is. I haven't even finished opening my box yet. He's just still sitting in there. I'm sure I pulled him out, and that's about as far as I got. I was gonna turn him into Leo version Skeletor, but I did swap the boots to show someone how they fit. That's why he has the wrong boots on right now, because someone wanted to know if Webster's boots fit on him. And so these are actually Webster's boots for coloring. They actually work pretty good. So that's why he's got the wrong boots on there. That's why I pulled him out of the box, was just to show someone the foot swap. So it's kind of funny how he has not even really made it out of there. All right, well, it's been a lot of fun, you guys. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. Let me check the comments. What do you think of using Buzz Off and Skeletor to make a Mothman custom? Oh, that's a good idea. That'd be kind of cool. Yes, Kronos. Yep, and you know what's so annoying about Kronos? Oh, this just annoys me to little to no end is Kronos. He has, I got another one already open somewhere. Hold on. Let me just grab him out of here. There he is. I like my other Kronos better because I took the Classics head and painted it to match. It looks way better than the head he came with. But anyway, what's so annoying about Kronos is he has these 3 spots on his armor right here that are made to hold the pieces that hook onto the arm. But yet he's Kronos. He doesn't have a robotic arm yet. And so it's like, what? So I thought, okay, I'll just swap the heads out. And when I went and pulled his head off, you can't put Trapjaw's head on there because Trapjaw's head has a smaller, narrower neck area to fit his jaw to open. So I'm kind of working on an idea of a custom that I've seen someone do online. And so I went and I bought Steve Austin. Yep, Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I guess his jaw will connect to this head here. And that way then you can make trap jaw and then just swap out the arm. And then you have a trap jaw going on here. So that is something I may do. So because it really bothers me about that armor. And his mouth looks so dumb. So covering it up, it actually makes him look a lot better. Actually, you know what? I might even make a video coming up in a couple days, maybe tonight even, to show that custom by taking those apart. So that's kind of an idea that I had. But anyway, you got to admit the classic head looks way better though. Of course, classics looks better, I know, all the way around, but it is hard to find these heads. And then of course you have to paint it a little bit because it doesn't quite match right out of the box. So I did add a different blue wash on it to match the skin color of this figure. See, can you show it off now? Oh, Master Far, was that you? Nice. Yeah, I knew somebody did it. You need the ears to hold the jaw. Interesting. I'll see how it fits on there. Maybe we'll have to glue it in place or use a poster putty or something. But it'll be cool. You know what they also need to make is Forenza T. If they made Forenza T figures and origins, that'd be cool too. I mean, they use a lot of the same molds. One head's different, and that's He-Man because he has that facial hair that's green. But other than that, all the molds are the same. So yes, classics are crazy expensive. That is true. I go to Plastic Curves quite often to buy parts, and she might even have one of these heads you can get to paint yourself from Plastic Curves. So if you want to find Plastic Curves, go to Google, type in Plastic Curves for the search, and you'll see there's all kinds of cool stuff that she sells on there all the time. And sometimes I even bug her to make something she doesn't have on her list. And at first she's like, no, but then after a while, she'll cave and she will make the cool thing. Granted, she will charge you, but and the cool thing is once she makes it, she then adds it to her list so other people can buy it. So that's the cool thing. So my heat camera's still on. Wow, my heat camera's getting hot. So let's go ahead and play this for a second. This is so cool. This I had so much fun with this when I first got it. And now, granted, I did get it just for the Tri-Klops thing, but it does so much more than that. See, watch, I turn this light on. Oh, you can see where I held that figure at because my hands were on him, so it's actually hotter in that area. Let's see, watch. Hey, did I unplug it? I unplugged it. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and heat that light up. Burp. Now, as it heats up more and more, it will change the level at which it is displaying everything. So everything else will start to turn more and more purplish black as it gets hotter. So you can kind of see the background starting to turn more and more purplish. So it can show a difference. It's taking a long time to heat up. It's probably because the room itself's already pretty hot. I got a lot of these lights on in here, so you can kind of see. Whoop. Let's see if I aim this up, so you can see one of those lights. Oh well. That's not going to work. We'll just aim this back down over here. My fingers are in the way. So you can see how it's starting to heat up in the back there, and you can kind of see the temperature difference. Burp, burp, burp. Such a fun toy, you know? Anyway, let me check your guys' comments while I shut this stuff off. It's funny. At first, I tried to buy cameras to do YouTube, and I realized keeping old phones or asking my family for old phones when they're done with them is a lot cheaper than buying a camera. So it's kind of funny how you can get these old phones. Hey, Jeff, thanks for making it. Let's see that shut off. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to call this the end. And hopefully you guys check out my video on what Tri-Klops Sees. Like I said, it was 2 months in the making. I spent quite a lot to get all the parts to make it work just right. And so hopefully you guys like it. It's funny. Some videos that don't take any effort at all will take off and people are like, wow, this is really cool, and they'll share it. And other videos that I spend a lot of time on, people are like, eh, and they can take or leave it. But we'll see what this one does. And if the Triclops one does take off, I'll make more cool ones like that. So, yep, Jeff, you just made it in time. Hey, thanks, AB, for letting me know that you thought it was cool. I appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't seen Rick yet. All right. Well, like, subscribe, share. And if you guys know places that the videos aren't being shared yet, please share them, because it does help a lot. I know when Mike Fee shares my videos, all of a sudden I'll get like twice the amount of hits. I'm not sure where he shares them at, but thanks, Mike, for doing that. I appreciate it. Hey, Juan Soto, thanks for being here, man. Anyway, we are done. So like and subscribe. Tell your friends to like and subscribe. Otherwise, the beast from I can't think of the name of the place. What is it called, you guys? The Horde place. Anyway, we'll get you, the big old snake creature. Hey, Gordo 345, Games and Toys and Hardcore Wrestling. Oh, nope, this is not a repainted Castle Grayskull. This is a huge, giant Castle Grayskull. It is massive. It makes all our Castle Grayskulls look small. And you can see how small Skeletor is next to the door. And it was made by a customizer. And the guy actually made it while he was doing a movie. He was filming that Water Horse movie. And he was a makeup artist, and he just kind of used some tools while he was waiting for to do his job, and created a giant clay Castle Grayskull. And this is it right here. And then he took and made a mold of it, and he made 15 of them, and then his mold cracked. And this is one of his 15 castles he made. And it is massively awesome. It even makes the Castle Grayskull from Classics look small. Let's see, here's the door. Get it out of there. And the door is like heavy. It is just so cool. So the doors are just this big old heavy chunk of piece. It's just a shell. Now I did make the window on the inside, so it matches. And one time I did make a bunch of pieces out of foam to fill the interior, but I don't have those anymore. Now I just put it next to my my classics one all the time. Anyway, it is a really cool Castle Grayskull. It is massively awesome. Yeah, it's really cool. It's one of my favorite pieces in my collection. Yep, if you want to find the guy, he's on Facebook, and his Facebook page is called Castle of Power. Castle of Power! And he made it before the classics even came out. The classics Castle Grayskull, so there's no shelf on the side or anything else because they didn't do that to classics. But it's based off of the old 80s one. Here, check this out. Let me go grab the 80s one really quick. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, the door popped open. So here is the 80s Castle Grayskull that it was based on. You can just see just how much bigger it is. Yeah, it's massively bigger. Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day, you guys. I was going to tell you guys that when I first joined on, but I forgot. My wife and I celebrated Valentine's Day last night, so I totally forgot about it. Let me set that aside. All right, well, I've been talking long enough, and I've already said I was going to go 3 times now. So I really am going to go now. Once you got that cool little Grayskull. Ooh. It's about the same size as the big one, you put it close enough. But anyway, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you guys next video. Let me check for one last for questions. Can He-Man fit through the castle door on Battle Cat? Any version? He can in this one. I actually have taken pictures of the classics He-Man on his Battle Cat, and he does fit through the door on this one. Let's see. Gordo's saying what? Do you own any of the combatants fight glory figures? I own some of them. Almost all of them. They are awesome. I've never heard of the combatants fight glory figures. Interesting. I'll have to look it up and see. All right. Well, anyway, for real, this is the end. The end has come. And the Spirit of Grayskull says it's time to leave. Ooh, it's time to go. And it also fit on here. Let me take a look here. The shelf's too far down to put it on top. Boom, boom, boom. Doesn't look half bad on top of there. It's pretty small though compared to the castle. Anyway. Yes, yep. Send me pictures. That'd be great. If you can, find me on Facebook. It's way easier than sending me stuff on eBay, but that'll work too. All right. I will see you guys next video. Bye now.